Why is there a distinction between African art and African American art? And I wonder why. Now, I'd imagine a lot would say that the reason that there's a distinction between the two is for is to be able to efficiently categorize the arts. And that's fair. Although I wonder where the effort to unite the two is, or why there doesn't seem to be any kind of energy behind that. And then I also ask myself, what would the benefit to African American art being considered African art? What would the benefits to that be? And I think for black people, or people interested in African culture, it it unites the story, it unites our narrative, it unites our history, at least via the arts. And then I also think, I then ask myself, could it be that the reason there is a distinction, ultimately from a bird's eye view, between African art and African American art, the reason there is a distinction between the two is because for African American art to be considered African art, the arts, just like a lot of other fields within capitalism, then has to explain the dramatic shift in tools and materials, in content, that is ultimately a result and byproduct of colonialism. Is it simply easier to present two different black narratives as opposed to making all of African art include African American art, but then, oops, we have to explain colonialism? I think the arts in general doesn't want to have to, and a lot of different fields in the world would rather not have to explain colonialism, would rather not have any part would rather not have their business have any, for lack of a better word, responsibility to expand on what has happened to the people that created said art. I don't know what the answer is, but I do think that there's a benefit for black people, people interested in African culture, when and if African American art is considered to also be African art, because it is. The only difference is colonialism. Something to think about.